Okay, welcome back, y'all. If you are new here, my name is Mika, and this is Ink and Stillness, a quiet book club. If you are returning, hey, thank you guys so much for coming back. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to that channel so that we can continue to push out these videos, y'all. But anyway, let's get to it. So today I'm giving y'all my top fall 7 book reads that's going to create that fantasy, mystery, thriller, loving vibe for that cozy fall feeling. I have my handy dandy iPad because y'all know from the last video, I don't want to forget to tell y'all anything. So just noted, if y'all see me looking down and up, that's the reason why. But yeah, so we're going to start with my top 7 and go from there. So, of course, what I recommended on my last video is the Hell Knight Academy, y'all. That trilogy is crazy, amazing. Definitely a great fall read. I'm not going to dive too much into it because we literally just discussed it in my last video. But if you haven't read it yet, obviously it's my top recommendation to read right now. If you read it, leave it in the comments. I would love to know your opinion, and then also recommend me some more books to read. Why not just add to my TBR? We at about 1,000. I'm just joking. All right, y'all. And so for number two, I have Legion Born. If you guys haven't read it yet, you got to stop what you're doing. Go ahead and add this right now to your TBR. But this is a retelling set in like a modern campus with secret societies. Got a little bit of deep grief in there. This one definitely is one of the ones that kind of stay with you. Tracy Dion built a world where Black girlhood low-key meets literal magic and some generational trauma. Y'all, was a lot going on in this book, but I do honestly like Tracy's writing style. This was the first book that I had ever read of hers. If you guys are really familiar with Tracy Dion, please let me know in the comments. But just based off of this book, I've already added 3 more of her books to my TBR. It's that good. I would love to know you guys' opinion with this one. All right, y'all. And of course, number 3 is going to be Raybearer. And I believe this one is by Jordan Ifuko. I hope I pronounced her name right. She's a Nigerian writer. But Raybearer is definitely a fantasy done right. It's a little bit of kingdoms, power, a little bit of betrayal, y'all, all mixed into one. Love that. Y'all know I love a little bit of drama. But her writing really does feel like poetry, a little bit of prophecy, y'all. Like I love her writing style. It had me like so engaged through the whole book. Loved it. It is like a little bit of a love character driven story. But you know, it's a love character driven story. But like I said, it has some betrayal, but also some fortune and some power, all of that. If you guys are if you love that type of energy, this book is definitely will give you that. If you read it before, remember, leave it in the comments, let me know. All right, y'all. So my number 4 recommendation is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forner. Now I have some stuff reading here because I read this book a little bit while back and I had to kind of remember what it was. So I took notes. But I do remember it's feeling very like it made me feel like a movie. I felt like even though I was reading it, I was watching a movie, very cinematic. But The Gilded Ones follows a girl named Dika. And Dika discovers that she's not quite human, right? But neither are the girls who she's, fighting alongside, right? So it is very brutal. It's empowering. It's a full commentary it's a full commentary about womanhood, really. But it is what it means to be courageous, womanhood, and what it means to be different, if that kind of makes sense. But I enjoyed reading this one. It took me a minute to kind of grasp it and kind of not get into it, but it took me a minute with this one, but I am happy that I read it. This was one of the first times I've read from Namina Forner. I'm not really familiar with any of her other books either. But it came across one of my recommendations. And so when I found it, I grabbed it, but I loved it. I liked it. I would definitely read another one of her books. All right, y'all. So number 5 is Blood at the Root. I know a lot of y'all have read this one. This one is by Ladarian Williams. It's come across my recommendation list on Facebook, my Instagram, and of course YouTube. But this one is a little bit newer. Blood at the Root by Ladarian. It's a Southern Gothic fantasy that feels more like a folklore come to life. There's magic, there's family secrets, there's hunting sense that makes it almost like when you're reading the book, you just can't put it down. Like, it's like one of those books that page after page after page, you got to know what's going to happen next. This is definitely one of them. I think you guys will absolutely love it. It's definitely given, it was a perfect read for me, especially in Halloween, like during the month of October, but also like just going into fall. I think you guys would absolutely love it. That's why it's on my list. But if you guys have read it, go ahead, leave it in the comments. Let me know. All right, y'all. So definitely we are ready for number 6. It's almost over, y'all. It's almost over. I hope y'all taking y'all notes. Number 6 is going to be This Cursed House by Dale Sending. If you like cozy reads with a little bit of creep, this one is definitely for you. It's got a Southern horror vibe, generational curses, y'all. But it also has a little touch of romance in there. I loved it. It was like everything that I kind of, between the horror, a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of romance and love. Like, you can't get a better book than that. I definitely recommend this one, y'all. And again, I had never read one of Dale's book before, so this was a first for me, but I absolutely loved it. It was definitely perfect for the spooky season without being too much over the top. Like, it was good. Like I said, it was good for Halloween. But also if you wanted to read it in November, when you cozy up to a fire with your blanket, it was definitely fit right in the theme of that. All right, y'all. And number 7 on my list is going to be The 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin. I believe I'm pronouncing that last name right. But The 100,000 Kingdoms, it is literally, guys, if you are interested in books that it's basically world building at its finest, right? This one is definitely one that I feel like you absolutely love. It's intelligent, it's layered and lush. Like it's one of those attention grabbing books. It kind of started off slow a little bit to me, but once it kind of got going, it got going. Like, it was kind of one of my low key, one of the ones that I set aside, and I'm like, yeah, I would definitely read that again. You ever read some books where you'd be like, let me read it one more time because I feel like I may have skipped over or forgot some stuff or something didn't resonate the same. This is kind of how I feel about this one. This is on my list. Like, I would definitely read this one again. Would love to know you guys' opinion, and also any recommendations that you guys have for me to put on my TBR for next time. Please leave it in the comments, y'all. All right, y'all. So this is my fall reading list. Magic, mystery, a little bit of madness, all in between. Love it, love it, love it. Now, whether you pick up just one of my recommendations or if you grab all 7 of them, I promise they will pull you out of any type of reading slump that you may be in right now. Go grab them. They are all available on, of course, the like the hardback, or, I also read them on my Kindle. Whatever you guys feel like, or however you feel like reading, whatever you feel like, pull it up, get your blanket, get your candle, get your tea, don't forget. And I would love to know, love to know what your favorite was out of recommendations, or like, did you read all 7 of them? Have you already read all 7 of them and I'm just late? If you have, please leave it in the comments, y'all. I would love to know your opinion. But until next time, y'all keep reading, keep resting, keep finding stillness in between the pages. And of course, I will see y'all next time. Peace.